I think we had beaten Kansas and taught us how to all do the hokey pokey to celebrate our big win. So it was I was on campus with some real legends.
Jack Nunji filling it up again. 18 points. Whale of a return. 18 points, including this rim rocker.
Make sure the life insurance is paid up.
There you go.
Ulis.
And a turnover intercepted on the inbound by Ahron Ulis.
And now that they're guarding at this level, everybody in that locker room is so confident. This was a complete game for the Iowa coaching staff and the players on the court.
1-2-2 press that last possession, get the ball in the middle of the floor. Isaiah Wilkins finishing.
Ahron Ulis on the floor, number 4 for Iowa. He triggers to Keegan Murray, who lays it gently in.
Bohannon hit him on back-to-back possessions in the first half. Let's see if they get it to him again. Nope, Ulis determines. That's a good option for 3-2.
Ulis got to go up with it. Ahron Ulis got the roll at the horn.
With a lineup that's built for the defensive end of the court.
Going to the rack, and Boone rejected by the rim. Up ahead, Keegan Murray. Another slam. 26 for Murray, a new career high.
Yeah, you take the defense, you turn it into offense. A two-fister by Keegan Murray. He's paid back that scholarship to the University of Iowa tenfold.
In his 6th year, there's a turnover. Hawkeyes the other way. Perkins got a hand on it. Oh, the bounce down. Beautiful feed to Chris Murray. (79-38). All Hawkeyes, career high for Tony Perkins. Ulis with the steal, leading it ahead in the one-hand stuff for Peyton Sandford. Open look falls. Norman's got 19 tonight. All alone underneath. What a feed from Ahron Ulis to get it to Riley Mulvey. As you speak of it, they get their 6th turnover. That 6th turnover is just settles tally to the other end. The two-hand stuff for Riley Mulvey.
Frazier trying to split Ulis with the steal. Push ahead to Perkins. Perkins driving inside. Counted in the foul.
Great job by Tony Perkins. Once again, being an excellent spark off the bench. Gets it. Ulis comes up with the steal, looks ahead, and watch Perkins. If the Illini are patient and look for Coburn on the interior.
Hawkins, tough pass, taken away. Good anticipation by Ulis. And the 2022 Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs.
You see Ulis shoot the gap, comes up with the steal and the easy deuce. Nice denial there. Beats DeMonte Williams to the basketball, avoids the swipe down. And if I'm Iowa, I go right back to him here.
Free inside, off balance, but he got the leader to go. It's a 6-point game. Ulis. Slide under 10 seconds to go. Ulis will back out for the 3. That one rolls home.
Well, Ahron Ulis was trying to run the play that was called, but nothing was available, so he steps back and elevates with confidence.
You got to find Bean. He's back in the game and try to pick that 3rd foul up, but he comes up with a nice steal.
And now Ulis got it back. Ulis attacks and scores.
Perkins just changes everything when he comes in defensively, and Ulis the same way. Those two guys can go.
Ulis the push, the lob. Murray the catch, and 2 more.
Like holding it up, and you break a team's will. They don't get back on defense.
Sometimes And not, maybe more than sometimes. You see teams all the time actually looking ahead to Christmas break. And I think you might have a little bit of that here today as Iowa got to the good start, now pushing it in transition.
Inside of 5 on the shot clock. And Strange had to give it up at the last moment. Iowa takes it away, and Patrick McCaffrey.
Ulis. And Megan, to your point, they will run on anything, and ends up being an easy bucket for Ulis and the foul. Rasner doubled. Flores stripped away by Ulis. Ahead to Perkins. Showtime for the Hawkeyes. Point advantage thanks to this.
Defensive side of the ball leading out to run out dunks.
Get good news on Connor McCaffrey, who left earlier here in the second half after it looked like he rolled his ankle, got his leg caught up with a leather neck as an alley-oop. Ulis to Chris Murray.
Ulis at a game for the first time at the point. He's got it here. Jackson Davis picks him up. Ulis underneath with 2 to shoot. Lays it off for 2 more from Chris Murray. He goes in the building, making Indiana hear him. And another Hoosier turnover. Numbers for the Hawkeyes. Perkins again. Iowa takes the lead.
They got away with that. That should have been to Perkins, the first pass. Offensive end, but this is where the ball should have gone right there to Perkins. A little bit late, fortunately.
And the offensive rebound kept alive by Daniels, but Willis could not corral it. Ulis, the bounce to Perkins, and 2 more for Tony Perkins. Now the Gophers did everything right but finish. Ulis to a cutting Chris Murray. It'll count in 1. Now the Hawkeyes capitalizing in transition. The Gophers could not, and Murray at the line for a 3-point try.
Corey, you sit right there. Minnesota did everything they could.
Minnesota have an answer. They made a great run at Iowa in Minneapolis. Jamison Battle got to get something up there. Stolen away by Ulis. Now Ulis on the break. Battle went for the block, avoided the foul.
There's Ahron Ulis just jumping out on that ball screen, making a play on the ball, and then a nice job of finishing in transition with Battle coming to put this on the glass.
6 to shoot for Iowa. Here is Ulis on the drive, and he rolled it in.
We had a really good look at that, and it was just like the seas parted. Next time he catches it, he needs to shoot it.
Dockery just bagged that one. Ulis across the lane, got the easy stuff.
We'll save that for the off-the-air conversation.
Ulis, baseline reverse, nicely done. Liddell starting to force things now.
Yeah, a little frustration right there on that shot by EJ.
And Chris Murray with an easy bucket. Nicely done.
Waltzed down to courtside.
Had a suit on and just showed up.
Headset.
Ulis, the lob to Murray. Keegan Murray all alone in a beautiful feed.
He wants to cut this play off and deny this pass at the elbow. As Keegan Murray makes his way up, it's just a simple back cut.
See why everyone can't wait to see Zion Harmon this season. Bracho with the left.
A really good cutter. He can make some things happen. That should have been a foul. That was a trip.
It was definitely tripped. Coming the other way with it is Garrett. Get that out of here. Ahron Ulis flying in out of nowhere for the rejection.
It goes down, and now but
poked away by Garrett. Stays here with Bethune-Cookman. Everybody's crashing the boards. Iowa trying to break out. Here's Ulis ahead of the pack. 6:52. Ahron Ulis making his presence felt.
Boy, everything going.
His 5th point, first 3-point ball of the night. Out of the right wing.
Josh Dix.
Dix with a shot from 3 and a score. Omaha then on the 21st, and then they head to Florida for Clemson and TCU or California. Nice penetration. Ahron Ulis for the layup. Dimitri Horton with his 2nd consecutive 3-point goal has 8 points. Kind of a little late. Nice
pass.
Give and go. And Riley Mulvey in the ballgame for the Hawks tonight.
It's kind of fascinating to see how his role has changed over the years from role player
Beauty. What a pass by Ulis. Finds Mulvey in another dunk.
Marshall's three from the top. Rolls off, rebound tip to Patrick McCaffrey, pushes up the floor. Ulis back off the bench, going to work, feeds Murray. 21 for Chris Murray.
He is. He's extremely comfortable after having 23 points.
See that zone defense that Tech is playing, cover up the gaps well.
McCaffrey hesitates, waited for Franklin to go by.
That's Russell with a fadeaway shot. He's the #2 scorer in the Ohio Valley Conference. But quickly on the other side, it's Rebraca for 2 more.
Perkins good in that mid-range game there.
On the kick to Ulis. Pretty slick. It's Rebraca on the stop. Bowen on Hood Schifino. Got down the baseline. 7 to shoot.
Keegan has a nice pass. How about that position by he just locked his man up.
Woo. Pinned him into the corner. Rebraca 2 and a foul.
And that's all ball reversal, anticipation. Get it to the wing. And look at this. Just step to the ball. Big time maneuver. Nice pass.
Oh, tough pass. Murray 2 and a foul.
How about that look? Getting the feet set. Counting on the bench. Knicks. Woo.
Connor McCaffrey could have shot that top of the key. 6 on the clock.
Ulis goes up. Murray tucks it in.
Doesn't matter when you got to play like that. Look at Chris Murray. Just reverse pivot, spin right on you. Caleb McConnell not ready for it. A great cut by Chris Murray.
Does not go, and here comes Ulis the other way. Ulis with a head of steam. Ulis lays it in. The lead is 10 and a timeout for Maryland.
When you talk Iowa basketball, you talk about speed. You talk about getting out in transition. You have to stop the ball if you're Maryland. Nobody stops the ball, and Ulis is able to go coast to coast. You have to have the first line of defense pick up the ball much increments of growth from other players as well. Ulis, Perkins.
Ulis with a strong take. Ahron Ulis up to 9. The lead is 14.
Playing career at Ohio State when he was the Boston Celtics, of course. They made an exception for Hondo.
You never had a chance to play in this arena.
No.
You were at St. John.
Set up outside. The Joey was curling. Here's Ulis slicing, hanging, and banking it down.
Beautiful. Here it is. Ulis right here turns the corner. Good defense by Hogarth to go straight in the air. Better offense by Ulis.
Gives him 4 of Rutgers' first 6. Kind of a mirror image of what we saw in Piscataway. Good start for Rutgers.
Rutgers able to get that stop and then push it down. Really good, easy bucket.
Ulis, coast to coast.
That's the problem when you score in transition. If you're Rutgers, you scored.
Bowie trying to get some space, tries the window, not to be. Inside, running the break. McCaffrey finished it off.
That game likely to come down to the wire. Connor McCaffrey and the Hawks all tied up with the Wildcats at the break.
Big league move right there by Adij. Putting on the clinic. Nice drive. Ahron Ulis.
Playing off of basically Edey looking to double. Too long a pass.
Too long a pass. Ulis with the steal, and Ulis will score.
And that opportunity here today on the road to get a victory, to get to 8-6 in Big Ten play. And a great start to the second half into Murray.
The left shoulder's injured, but goes to that left shoulder there, and
And he is grabbing the left shoulder immediately. He fouled Ulis on the jumper.
Could have hurt it further, but this seems like a pretty painful injury, and he's continued to lay it out there.
Ulis will run with it and get a shot up. A good look. And that banks in. So after they were just 1 of 16 from long range, Ulis banks in a 3 to end the half.
Like a blur. Crossover, goes right into the jumper. Oh, that's plenty.
He got that off with room to spare. They had missed 11 straight threes until the kiss off the glass.
Tyler Wall guarding Chris Murray. He gets super removed. That's an action where Murray can pick either side. And totally lost Tyler Wall.
Ulis back it goes to Rebraca for two.
They're just really switching all of these dribble handoffs, any away action.
Ulis to the rim, lays it in.
There's Esijan. He's had the hot hand. Ulis will drive. Ulis with the bucket and the foul. Oh my, Ahron Ulis with the English. And a chance for one more at the line.
Well, talk about all hands.
Going to work. Stewart inside. That won't go. The rebound ends up with the Huskers. Ulis to push with the numbers. The lob to Griffiths, and a nice touch by Gavin Griffiths to get his first two.
Nice job down the floor in transition. You sprint, you are rewarded. That's a difficult play because the pass is kind of off the rim, but you know, when you've struggled as much as...
Back out it goes, runs three, won't go. Morgan with the rebound. Esijan ahead, half court. Ulis good if it goes, and it counts! Ahron Ulis with a half court three! Not a bad way to get the 10th three of a half for Ahron Ulis.
Especially when you consider the fact that the young man who makes this half court three was 0 of 7 from that part of the floor. Maybe saying, hey coach, I've been too close all along. Sending the Cornhuskers into the locker room.
So you talk about the shots they want, threes, and then shots like that right at the rim.
Down low, speaking of right at the rim, Andrew Morgan meets the rim for two.
A couple of good seals, but a couple of good ball screens and rolls to the rim. Finding the big fella. The North Dakota State transfer on the board.
Now Gary with Esijan, and they can get set up.
You can tell the rest of these Huskers are looking for Esijan.
Down low and looking for Mia that time, who hammers it home.
They're never going to be shy to push it in the open floor, especially when Ulis is in the game.
Ulis again, deflection, ball finds his hands. Seemingly been happening throughout the course of the entire first half. Now Esijan, there it is. But right now trying to finish this one off. Nice two-man game, what a jam! He just rocks the rim.
Easy pick and roll basketball. Just angry with the rim is Braxton Mia.
There's some vengeance on these dunks. Looking to get to 6-1 on the season in front of the home crowd today. Ulis, tough shot, didn't matter.
Inside, good slip and a lay-in for Morgan.
Those opportunities that
Wasika, Minnesota, having a good night.
Yeah, he's been terrific. His ability to be able to set ball.
Nebraska coming to Iowa City with those 6 consecutive wins, but they've been down most of this game. The Ukton gel, nice two.
He's come over here to Maryland and has a major impact. Queen working on Gary and lost the ball. Maryland has taken care of the ball very well in the first 10 minutes. Wooster with a cut. Raleigh Wooster has played well these last 4. Like a totally different team in the last 2 minutes. Getting stops and getting out and running here, forcing a turnover, finding some opportunities in the open floor. And you
only played in 14 games, but he's a guy that has the coaching staff's trust.
Inbound comes to Trey White, and it's taken away. Ulis chugging to the other end. Ahron Ulis all the way end-to-end for two.
At 14 points on the road at Michigan State. Looked as comfortable as can be.
What a find. Ulis on the bounce to Esijan.
You've got to stay home on Bruce Thornton. Makes him pay.
That's a good look. It's short. Ulis puts it back.
Ahron Ulis.
And Ulis, with his first bucket, will have a chance to make it 3.
That should be a technical foul. You can't grab the